guys, I'm back with season 2. So, season starts off with the introduction of Doc. He's a medic that Tucker called for after Tex got killed. When Doc gets there, he calls Blue Command. Vic tells him to go to Blue Base, ask Tucker about the wounded. He goes over to Blue Base. Tucker informs Church that Caboose keeps calling himself O'Malley and keeps threatening to kill him. Doc comes over and introduces himself. Church introduces him to everybody. Doc tells him he's here to take care of the wounded. They show him that Tex has died by showing him Tex's grave. Doc takes notice that there's a second grave and asks, hey, what's up with the second grave? And Church goes, oh, that's for me. And they explain the whole thing on how Caboose killed Church and he just goes possessing a robot. So Doc checks out Caboose and Tucker. Reveals that he works for, at what point he said he's going to go check over to Red Base. They ask why. He's already explained to them that he doesn't actually fight. He's just a doctor, and apparently he's on loan to both teams. And so he goes over to Red Base, or he's about to go to Red Base, and at this point, the Reds attack. Caboose goes over behind one rock. Tucker, Church, and Doc all go behind another rock. Church tries to tell Tucker to go over. They get in a little bit of an argument. So Church tries to send Doc over. Doc also refuses unless somebody get involved, unless somebody gets hurt. So Church shoots Caboose in the foot and makes Doc goes over. Apparently, while they're attacking, the Reds run out of ammo. They all blame Griff. It was his job to bring extra ammo to battle. Apparently, Griff falls asleep during the staff meeting, so he doesn't know what the hell's going on ever. But then again, as you're learning, Griff is lazy, and that's how he is. The Reds come up with a plan to bluff the Blues into surrendering. When they Sarge yells over to the Blues, we give you a chance to surrender. Church is like, why are they surrendering? And he's like, you know what, they gotta be out of ammo or something. So Church asks what they want. The Reds start to ask for their flag, but then right as Sarge yells, we want your flag, the team realizes, wait, last time we took the flag, the chicken in black armor showed up, beating Tex. So Sarge just quickly says, to stay right where it's at. And then they ask for Lopez back. The Blues, of course, lie and say Lopez left because, like I told you at the end of last season, Church is now possessing Lopez. He at least now can talk English while possessing Lopez and has control of the body. But rather than offer up Lopez, they offer up Doc. Let the Reds think they're getting something, but they're really not. Blues and ask, what do we get in return? They have a little thing back and forth. They ask them what they want. The Reds ask the Blues what they want. And they say, we want you to admit you suck. They said, what if we admit that only one of us sucks? So after 2 hours of talking, they come to an agreement. Griff admits he sucks. He likes all the girls, etc., etc. Basically humiliates himself. Sarge gets a good laugh out of this. So Griff admits he sucks. They send over Doc. Back over at Red Base, Griff informs Doc what happened with Sarge being shot in the head. Now he did CPR to revive him. Doc says that he was right too. A lot of people overlook the easiest method and always go for something hard. Back over at Blue Base, Tucker comes up with the idea of having Church activate his repair sequence inside Lopez. Again, you see what looks like Church to be running around in the background, and of course it can't be Church running around in the background because you're looking at Church and you see Church in the background. And I said in season 1, I'll explain in season 3 why this is. Tucker, Church says he'll look on the inside of the robot to figure out how to activate it, and told Tucker to look on the outside. Tucker finds a switch. It's in a weird place. They have a little joke back and forth about it. And eventually, Tucker ends up finally flipping it. Apparently that switch is the remote to the red Jeep. Apparently, when Sarge built Lopez, he built it with the fact of letting Lopez control the Jeep via Bluetooth, I guess, with his head. He thinks it, and then the Jeep does it. Well, when he flipped the switch, Church starts hearing all these beeps. And he asks everybody else, does anybody else hear these beeps? But of course nobody else does. Caboose says that he hears a voice in his head telling him to kill everyone. All of a sudden, Church says a random word and it makes the Jeep do something. He says turn on, and of course the Jeep turns on. He says a couple different directions. You see the Jeep running around the map. Eventually he just happens to say the Reds are going to come over the hill attacking, and the Jeep heard the words attacking and the red and attacked the one in red armor, and so attacked Sarge. Had Sarge pinned up against the wall. Tucker starts pulling wires from the switch and stops the tank from killing Sarge, not knowing any of this was actually going on across the map. Doc admits he shit his pants. Well, doesn't bluntly say he shits his pants. He just says you might want to clean the seat. So, after Tucker pulls the wire, Church can't walk no more. Doc tries to back up the Jeep, but ends up hitting Sarge twice. Griffin Simmons try to give back Doc. The Blues say no. The Reds leave, but don't let Doc go back with them. Doc tries to go back over to Blue base, but they won't let him in. They think it's part of the Reds' plan. It's some trick. It really isn't. They really abandoned Doc in the middle of the wood, or middle of the canyon. Donuts likes to talk to people. He's trying to talk to Sarge, but Sarge is just ignoring him. Church says the only two people in the canyon that can help fix him is Tex and Lopez. And this is one of the best ideas Caboose has up to this point. And it's funny as Caboose ends up having a lot of good ideas, and it just startles everybody. They're like, did he just come up with that plan? And a lot of his plans ends up working. It's retarded plans he has, but they're great plans. It's just how he says it. It makes it sound stupid. But if somebody smart like Sarge or Church or Tucker was to say, or Tex, it would make perfect sense. So he suggests, why doesn't he unpossess Lopez? That him and Tucker will make Lopez fix him and his girlfriend. I mean, the tank. Yeah, at this point, Caboose is falling in love with Sheila. She's the only one in the canyon being nice to him. Everybody else is being mean. So, and then after they fix the tank, the Church can take back over. As I said, they were surprised that Caboose had the great idea. So that you all have heard the saying, if you think you're dreaming, pinch yourself, because in dreams you supposedly can't feel pain. Well, Tucker punches Church in the face, saying, well, I ain't gonna hurt myself, so I'm gonna hurt you instead. The second Church leaves Lopez, all of a sudden his feet work now, and Lopez goes running toward Red base. Church tells Tucker and Caboose to go through the teleport that he'll run up by himself. Tucker throws a grenade through it because he is not going through it, because every time he goes through it, it hurts him and he gets that black armor. Church catches up with Lopez just at where the teleporter pops you out at. And then there comes Tucker's grenade comes out. Tucker grenade goes off. Lopez runs off before it goes off. And for some reason, after the grenade goes off, Church is coughing. He goes, wait, why am I coughing? I don't have lungs. The Reds see this happening and thinks they're attacking. Simmons saw, so they get in the tank. The Warhawks, sorry, I couldn't think of the name of their Jeep for a second. And they go over. On the way there, Simmons makes Sarge stop. And because he saw Church in his ghost form. Lopez starts running. She was just running. The Caboose and Tucker caught up with him. Caboose sees the Reds coming up on them while they were talking to Lopez. And says, I think we should start running away. Sarge, not knowing that he's attacking Lopez because they spray painted him blue, starts attacking him. Lopez now not realizing he's been painted also because he's been possessed this whole time and not in control of the body. Thinks, oh no, my father is attacking me, and feels betrayed and goes back to Blue Team and joins up with them. Church tricks Lopez into fixing the tank and says, look, if you fix the tank for you, we'll let you leave. Truth of the matter was, as soon as there was an unfixed tank, of course he was going to jump back in. So they were back over Red Base. They're trying to think about how could they have gotten a hold of Tex? They or Lopez got in control of Lopez because they see somebody fixing the tank, and Sarge also has the same intelligence the Blues have, that the only two people in the canyon that can fix the tank would be Lopez and they text thinking they don't know she's a ghost. Well, she hasn't come back yet. Sorry for ruining that. So they're thinking, wait, they might have reprogrammed him and spray painted him blue. So they're coming up with dumb ideas. Sarge comes up with the idea of mind control, which he's a robot. How do you control the mind of a robot? Griff has the most logical plan. He says they could just hack him and reprogram him. And then Donut guesses everything that really happened. That the one blue guy died, came back as a ghost, possessed it Lopez, possessed it everybody in Red Base, explaining all the weird stuff that's been happening over at Red Base. And everybody just laughs. Somebody says that's a stupid idea, and they just go with Sarge's mind control idea. Lopez does get the tank back online. And has her all booted up. They get her talking. Sheila, the tank, and Lopez start to have romantic feelings for each other. And Caboose doesn't like this. Tucker already starting to see jealousy, not liking it, and is scared. So he tells Church, hey, get back in your body before this gets any weirder. As he goes to jump in, Tex took over the body. She admits that she is a ghost. Again, the same thing I've said in season 1 about Church. He is not a ghost. And I will explain that in Season 6 when it is explained. She says that she doesn't think Omega's dead, that Omega is in Caboose, and wants Church's help to kill Omega. So what her plan is, they're going to go into Caboose's head, they're going to force Omega out, but they need all their radios off when they do it to make sure he has nowhere to jump. That's why he was able to jump before. Right before Tex got killed in the tank, he jumped over to the first person he heard on the radio, which was Caboose, when Caboose called Church to tell him that Tex has the tank fixed and she's on her way. Back over Red Base, Sarge comes up with the idea of making another robot, but comes up with the idea of making a cyborg, because robots can be reprogrammed. Cyborgs are part human and cannot be reprogrammed. And they have a thing about loyalty, who's the best candidate because of loyalty. There's a couple other ideas going out there. One of the ideas was to have Donut do it. He says, look guys, pink armor, I've been suffered enough, okay? So next choice is that it's Simmons. Griff and Simmons do not like this idea. They do think it's stupid. They want to call command and ask for a new robot. Tex tells, back over to Blue Base, Tex tells Tucker to get the Reds to turn off their helmets just to make sure. Hey, they just hadn't had their helmet on at the time, even though they weren't talking. If the helmet was on, Omega might jump over to one of the Reds. So he comes up with this plan. He takes Sheila and Lopez to help him do it. They, at this point, Church and Tex go into Caboose's head. Trust me, dude, Caboose's head, it is messed up. Caboose has an implant of every person he's met, and they're all screwed up. None of them are themselves. He, in his mind, he sees Tucker as somebody's real stupid and an idiot. He looks very much up to Church. Church is his best friend. Caboose he meets Caboose in Caboose's head, which, yeah, trying to still figure that one out. Church and Tex get Caboose to get Tucker and the Reds to team up so they can go take down, or if they have seen O'Malley. They talk, and Church notices a lot of things wrong with the Reds in their head. One, in his head, Sarge has a pirate accent. Then it goes to a British, then back to pirate. He can't be consistent. Come on, it's Caboose, which you really expect. In there, while they're in the head, Omega kills Church, the Church version of Caboose in his head, not the real Church. After the Caboose's mental imprint of Church is killed, he forgets who Church is. I guess that would go on the things of, that's off his memories of Church in his head, and because now O'Malley shot him in the head, or Omega shot him in the head, it erased all his memories. Back outside, at this point, yeah, Church and Tex run after Omega. Tucker's having no luck with getting the Reds to jump the helmet, so he has Lopez and Sheila start singing. That sound just totally annoys the Reds, so that it gets them to turn off their helmet. So hey, it worked. By the soundtrack, they have it on there. It's a funny song. It's a love song. So yeah, listen to it. Tex kills Omega, hoping that everybody's helmet is off. The one person everybody forgot about, well, not forget about, Tucker thought Doc was with the Reds. So when the Reds said he turned off all their helmets, he assumed Doc did. And apparently Doc wasn't, and at the same time all this was going on, Doc was trying to call command to tell him what had happened so he can get extracted. Omega jumped into Doc and took over. Apparently had a couple words with Vic. For whatever reason, Omega and Doc go back and forth and having control of the body. Basically like a split personality. And they have conversations with each other. And, I do that to myself a lot too, and I'm not even crazy. Well, they say crazy people don't know they're crazy, and I think I'm crazy. So, but that's a different topic for another day. When they come out of the head, Tex goes missing, and Tucker asks, "Does she do this all the time?" And he said, "No, the only time she would go missing before is when she would go cheat on him." And basically cook a crack at Tucker on, yeah, she wouldn't have gotten with you, so yeah, I don't know where she went. Back over Red Base, Griff wakes up and they inform him that Simmons is a cyborg. Oh yeah, it was when I did miss out something there when they came over with the Jeep with the tank, not knowing it. Tucker hit the Jeep. Well, he knew he hit the Jeep, but he didn't know Griff was behind the Jeep, and he pinned Griff. Informed him that he had to have a major surgery done. A lot of his organs were destroyed in the crash, but luckily they had a donor, and they informed him that Simmons is now a cyborg, and he has all Simmons' organs, which Simmons is not that happy about that. Caboose wakes up at Blue Base and still has forgotten Church. Flashback over to Red Base. You see Donut trying to jump out of the base through the roof. Apparently him and Griff have a bet. Donut claims he could, and he's not doing so. Yeah, Griff wins that bet. Simmons is mad about the whole operation still, and he's mad how Griff is ruining his organs. Griff's fat, lazy. He smokes. So yeah, he's smoking, he's ruining his lungs. He's eating junk food. Simmons is not liking it. Sarge informs that the Reds that command had to put the next part of their plans in Lopez, and they had to get him back. Caboose goes over and sees that Lopez and Sheila are getting along, and he is very jealous of it. Church goes over to Tucker goes over to talk to him, and about can you just not do this in front of Caboose? Like, it's getting weird. Caboose yells in the background, "Sheila, I love you." Sheila informs Tucker that they are going on strike. They're not liking how they're being treated, being blown up, being left out in the rust, etc., etc., and they go on strike. Back at Red Base, they form up a plan to get back Lopez. Sarge wants to run straight up the middle, fight. Griff and Donut wants to do some 007 type stuff. Griff is backing up this plan because, that's an idiot plan to just attack straight on just to get back a robot when you could just sneak around and kidnap him and get him back that way. On the way there, way to go do the sent out Griff and Donut go off to do the 007 stuff and find out how to get Lopez back. Griff is really getting upset with Donut and how he's talking, so he tells Donut to take his imaginary jetpack and go to higher lands. Donut goes up and climbs the cliffs and finds a cave, and in the cave he hears Doc, and he hears Doc talking to somebody, but doesn't see who he's talking to. And he hears Doc and O'Malley's plan about sabotaging equipment and stuff. And he goes around back to Red Base to tell everybody what's going on, but it accidentally goes to Blue Base. And when he realizes he's at Blue Base, he turns around, and there is Caboose and Tucker with guns pointed at him. He realizes he's been captured. And Griff is up on another cliff with a sniper, and he sees this, and he runs back to Red Base to say, hey, they just got Donut. Of course, they leave Caboose in charge of watching over Donut, and stupid, again, here you go. Stupid Caboose, stupid idea, and it worked. They were playing Truth and Dare, okay? Caboose asks Donut Truth or Dare. Donut says Truth. So Caboose, being stupid, but actually having a great idea here, says, tell me the right plans. Donut's like, you're tricky. You are smart. And right as he's about to tell Caboose the plans, Church runs in and possesses Donut. Him and Griff are outside talking, and they have a plan. They go out to the middle of the base. The Reds see them coming up. They think they're attacking. Church possessing Donut talks to the Reds and gets them to make a deal that they will release Donut and Lopez if Sarge builds them two robots. Tucker's like, wait, why two? And he's like, one for me and one for my girlfriend. And Griff's like, really? You're going to have him build your girlfriend a robot? He says, well, if I don't, she'll just steal my body anyway. So, and Tucker's like, okay, good point. So, at this point, Church unpossesses Donut to go back to Blue Base to check on Lopez and Sheila, and gets there and finds out they're gone. And while he's gone, Sarge starts fucking around with, you didn't say anything about wanting options. Did you want feet? And of course Tucker says, of course we want feet. And he goes, well, feet are optional. It says, the ones at the bottom of his legs. And Sarge goes, well, legs are optional. Options are optional. Well, so they walk off. All the Blues get back to base, and they find a note from Lopez and Sheila saying they've gone off to start their own army, and that they will attack tomorrow at 0600. At first, Church couldn't figure out what the hell is 0600 meant. He's like, wait, is that in 600 hours? Is that at 600 minutes? So that would be, what, 10 o'clock? And Tucker's like, wait, isn't it the same time we're meeting the Reds to surrender to them? To get the new robot bodies? Sarge builds the robots quickly, because it shows that the next morning, then they're about to go off to make the trade. Sarge admits that he put a bomb in one of them and a microphone in the other. At first, this doesn't seem like important, but we end up finding out later in season 3 it will come. Why it comes out as a good thing he did this. Well, part of it's a bad plan. Anyway, back at Blue Base, Donut and Caboose are talking and becoming friends. The next morning, they all meet up in the middle. Tucker and Church have a little argument about the name, but they go ahead and they start the trade. Sarge, not knowing the whole thing about Lopez and Sheila going to attack at the same time, when they see Lopez go over to the Blues, they think it's a double cross. So he calls in for an airstrike. Apparently Tucker never linked himself from the or the red team helmets, radio channels. So he hears Sarge calling Command. Well, for some reason, Command thinks it's Tucker calling. So he asks, "What's up, Private Tucker?" And Sarge's like, "No, Tucker, who's that? No, this is Sarge from Blood Goats Alpha Post number 1." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, Sarge, this is Red Command." Calls him for the Sarge says he needs the airstrike. Command says, "Oh, we just need you to fax over the authorization." I'm like, "Well, we don't have a fax machine anymore." And at this point, Tucker's like, "Wait, that's Vic from Blue Command." So he asks what's going on, and all of a sudden Vic's like, "Oh shit," and ends the call quickly. As this has happened, Doc O'Malley attack, runs over Tucker. They see Doc and Lopez up on the base. Doc has taken Lopez as a prisoner and has disappeared. They decide to join forces to go to get Doc and Lopez. They all go to the teleporter, but when they went into the teleporter, they went in through teams, one blue, one red at a time. First ones through were Sarge and Caboose. Next two was Simmons. He went by himself. And then the next two were Church and Griff. They all run through together, but they get split up for some reason. This goes back to what Donut heard Doc O'Malley talking. They said something about sabotaging their equipment. Maybe Donut should have said something before he left, but he didn't. At this point, Tex shows up and takes control from the body, and everybody's already gone. And that is, guys, the end of Season 2. Now, for Season 3, I'm going to do in 3 parts. There is a reason why I'm going to do Season 3 in 3 parts. In Season 3 is when they jump from Halo 1, from Halo 1 to Halo 2. There's a story behind that. And there's also another story with Church in there. And then there's the ending of Season 3. Very much hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys like this better than my last one. And yeah, when I get into Season 3, as I said, I'll do 3 parts. I'm going to try to start doing my videos every Saturday. My work schedule might work with that. Might not. I'll see what I can do, guys. But see you next Saturday, guys.